this all works out. If you can see this, am I getting drunk? I wish. Hush, cat. It didn't even phase her when the lights went out. It's like lights go off, she's like, eh. Lights turn back on, she's like, eh. Doesn't really matter. I guess I should start play online, shouldn't I? Yeah. Boom, boom. You know, even though the power went out, I'm probably still gonna get that whole, you must wait a little bit before logging into this character. Oh. What's my password? Oh, that's not my password. Let's try that. And then close this app. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry about that. Power went out. Power came back on. Or light in the hallway came back on. I'm like, why is just the light in the hallway on? Because also the air conditioner circuit breaker got tripped. So I had to go untrip that. Nice connect. Yes, you are drunk. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Got my hands extended. Nope, I can touch my nose. Can I do the alphabet backwards? Let's see if I can do the alphabet backwards. Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, J, K, I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. I might have gotten a couple of those out of order, but I think that's mostly right. If there are any girls there, I want... Lennis, you cannot do my girls. I mean, sure, D, she's 18 and legal, but no. No. And she'll hiss at you. You might like it, but... Oh my god, I am living with a cat that's old enough to vote. So what were we doing? Oh, we were, you know, chatting about, whatchamacallit, stuffs. And I'm willing to bet that since OBS didn't shut down properly, that the video file from earlier got corrupted. Let's see. Click. Going here. We want videos. Working on it. Come on, Windows 10. Let's see. Yeah, it got corrupted. Oh well. Better luck next time, right? To me, the funny part was attacking the darkness with magic missile. Refresh if you can't see the stream. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so we got the title still working. The bitrate's going up and down on my side, but I got video, so happiness there. Let's go and get this into full screen mode for myself, so I can see the chat without having to turn my head off to the right. So, anyways, picking up where we left off. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. It was... I guess it was part of the reason why I wasn't even logging into the game, because it was just... Is the stream back on? I guess I should type that. Wait, fish! Cat yelling at me. Chit-chatting and stuff, and I was going to type, yes, stream's back on. Good to know, how are you doing tonight? Wow. Was doing great till... Dallas City people tripped a wire. There we go. Kijaro! Happy Friday. So those of y'all that missed it, I was like telling dirty secrets that I really shouldn't be telling. And, you know, somebody was like, shut him up now! And so they did, and you know, I was like, son of a... And it wasn't like the internet went out. It wasn't like just the power went out. It was like everything went out. And I was like, it's a good thing that I know where my phone is. Score 1 for corrupted files. Exactly. Fortunately, this has happened before. I mean, unfortunately, this has happened before. There's nothing fortunate about losing power. So I get a backup battery, right? Yeah, I should definitely get a backup battery. Nothing else to click stop and give you enough time to actually save the file before, you know, all the other stuff happens. But I wonder if I could get a battery backup large enough to power that monstrous thing. It's like a 1500 watt power source to it when it's running at full speed. But yeah, so in a few minutes I'm going to be leveling up my new tune I got, but eventually if y'all doing anything fun I could help, because I still have Zen 99 core tune. He's going to like do a level bard, isn't he? Tune. The power supply you have, you got to buy a pretty powerful one. Exactly. And I was looking at the pretty powerful ones and oh no, am I really out of bait? Fudge. I have to go make more bait. Shifu bait! Happy Thursday. The power supply that I was looking at, the cheapest one I could find that would actually work on this thing was like $600. And then it's not one of those that, you know, once you buy it, you never have to worry about it. It's like, no, every couple of years you have to replace the battery because they don't last forever. And I'm like, oh. It just seems like a lot of money to put down to stop a corrupted file or two. She never walks around this much unless I'm streaming. And she's like, I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to go over here. She's a cat. Ever since I rearranged stuff ever so slightly so that you could, you know, see down there. And just all, That's her cat toy. She likes dragging and screaming him. That's misdependency we're talking about. So, current region. No. Sandy. Wait, gotta make more bait. So we're gonna go to Sandoria Northern by the number 2. Yes, which is by the Chateau de now something. Probably how they pronounce it. I think it's French. Maybe from Louisiana. They kind of speak French there too. Bum bum bum. So tomorrow's Friday. Shoot, 45 minutes from now it's gonna be Friday. Friday's got to be a good day, right? Right? That can't be a good sign, can it? So anyway, so we're going to talk to Antonian. He's going to, like, sell us some million corn. I wonder how much million corn we're going to explode this time. Last time we only exploded 1. Oh, million corn. And then we destroyed 1 distilled water, and then we just destroyed another little worm. It's like, how do you blow up a little worm? Oh no, actually don't answer that. It's like, hey, when to get on? Can I get a link show from you, Dent? Please and thank you. Sure, million pop. I like the way Lanos thinks. Popcorn it is. I have an air popper. I just ran out of, you know, stuff to pour into it, so dang it. Where's my popcorn? Now I want popcorn. I got canned corn. It's not the same. It really isn't. Oh well, but it lasts for a couple of years, so yay. Let's see. She sells the little worms, so we're gonna hit buy. We're gonna do that. You don't need that many. Let's just get 12. Yeah, seem to want popcorn too. For those of y'all new to the stream, we do talk about food. We talk about yummy, tasty food that we don't have in the house, and people watching is like, dang it, now I want food. And I'm like, now I'm hungry, that's all Dad's fault. And I'm like, yeah, isn't it awesome? There was one gentleman in the link shell. It was always pouring liquor into my cup, and I kept my cup next to my microphone, and so you could hear it all mixed together, and he's like, oh, that sounds so good. It sounds so delicious. And sorry, you know, I just wasn't trying to do it on purpose, but you know. And then I think that's why I can't really get into Final Fantasy 15, because every time that we have a camp out, it always turns into, I'm gonna make this, and then they put this plate of a food porn in like 4K ultra display, and it's all like buffalo wings made from that thing that you killed earlier today. And I'm like, meat. I remember back when I could afford meat. It's like coming back to the game. We talk about the new content and people just want to come back. Well, nostalgia will do that to you. Alright, so we're going to travel to another home point. We're going to do... I forget the name of the region it was. Wasn't it Aragonel? No, that's where we bought the million corn from. It's around there, though. Isn't it? Maybe it's on the next page. No. Previous. Second thought, none. Travel to another home point. Bring a keep on me to lower Kutsots. That's it. I don't know why I couldn't remember it earlier, but finally happened. Kutsots. Rabao. I'll be honest. All the Treasures of Ot Urgan area regions, I can never remember the difference between them. I don't know why. I just don't. It's like Vobo, Aragonel. One of those has a city in it. I think. Maybe. Maybe not. They both might have cities now that I think about it. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has that problem. And I did remember reading somewhere in the content notes that will last synth still work? I guess not. Hopefully I bought everything I was supposed to. So one little worm, followed by 1 million corn. Did I get the distilled water? Gosh, I hope I did. Otherwise we're gonna have to work back. Pick up some more. I don't see it though. Oh god, I forgot the distilled water, didn't I? But I went into the grocery store and everything. What did I buy? Okay, so I bought rock salt instead of distilled water. Whoopsie! So apparently I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. Oh, now I want gum. Oh well. Travel to another home point. Let's go back to... Let's go back to Vobo. Yeah. Travel to another home point. Sandoria. Southern. Home point number 4. Scamplix and Rebo. Sell some. Oh, really? Let's see here. Scamplix. Watch them sell the insect paste straight out. Let's sell some stuff first. Like, how much does this go for? Wow. Almost break even. Insect wing I don't need, so we're gonna sell that. And rock salt, don't need. I probably won't need the lizard skins either. I just don't like the idea of buying a stack of stuff for 15k, and you can sell the Clippius, but it's EX rare. Oh, I got plenty of shields. Give us a reason to go kill that fungus beetle again someday. And yeah, so now buy. See what he also has to sell. Distilled water, that's all you need. Meat jerky, goblin bread, cactus arm, waystone, ethers, thundermelon, and a watermelon. What happens when you combine a thundermelon and a watermelon? We should find out. I guess it really depends on the crystal that you use. And that's a high quality synth. Still gets the exact same amount of insect paste. Poor goblin. I'm just trying to run a business here, and I got this Mithra making insect paste on my head. Can't be that bad. No, it can't be that bad. So anyway, we were talking about life and stuff afterwards, and still haven't traded in your Unity accolades. No. I suppose I'll just buy something with them. I don't remember what I need to buy. I'm sure there's some stuff. And stuffs. But, you know, I actually don't have storage wheels for that right now. It'll come back. Eventually. I'm trying to live a frugal lifestyle at the moment. That's why my foods are simple. That's why my workouts are simple. I say that. I got like a giant bottle of Gentleman Jack right next to my foot. I'll splurge on that. That's my one thing that I'll go for. But well, then the Thundermelon is 95% lightning. Yeah. H. Galleon, have a wonderful evening. But yeah, we'll see. Pay off some debt, get that interest rate down a lot, and watermelon 95% water. That makes sense. Thought you logged off. Well, technically I did for a little bit, but it wasn't because I hit the stop streaming button. It was because somebody at TXU, that's the electric company, hit the stop supplying power button. They're like, ah, crap. Can you imagine working at TXU in the middle of the night and then power goes out for a second and then all the phones ring at the same time? I can imagine that. That would be like quiet night, just on my Game Boy playing some Pokemon. Next thing you know, it's like, uh-oh, and then it's like, crap. What'd you do? It's like, I don't know, man. I was just trying to play with Pikachu, and next thing you know, everything all. Somebody probably just poured their coffee on a server, and it was all like, turn it off and turn it back on, quick. Like, and then woo, it all comes back on with sound effects even. Now we know what really happened was I put my hair down, and that's that's almost about as unlucky as starting the stream on time, because whenever we start to stream on time, technical difficulties happen. I don't want to say the name because the woman is one of those. She's a cam girl, and that's not exactly safe for work. But the stuff that she does, she tries to make it as safe for work as well, probably not. But she uploaded a video to YouTube, which she had all the naughty bits covered up, and it was basically her getting ready to start her evening stream. And she's getting advice that like, oh, we're gonna change this to this, so type this into those settings, and she's doing this, and then it makes everything wrong where the voice isn't matching the lips, and then the resolution is off, and all this, blah that, and she's like, that didn't work, and it's like, oh, we'll try switching this to that, and it just makes it worse and worse and worse, and finally says, oh shoot, that was for a different program. Forget all those settings that I told you and revert it back to the original. And she's like, what was the original? And he's like, you didn't write it down? You didn't tell me to. I've had those days, and I was just laughing hysterically because like everything that could go wrong went wrong, and funniness. But yeah, of course I try to show that video to coworkers, and all they see are the TNA, and they're not paying attention to anything. Just like, there's more to women than just physical attributes. She's quite clever. Physical attributes are just a bonus. But synthesis canceled. That means we ran out of insects to turn into insect paste and stuff. So we got like what, half an hour left to fish? Let's make the best of it. Alright, so let's use the 45. Click. I still want to see if I can get I still want to see if I can get a what do you call it? A level up from these sandfish tonight. Before midnight, because that would be a wonderful capper to a wonderful or not so wonderful day. This will not be a sandfish. I can feel it now. Or feel it still. Everybody else was like, wasn't Cyndaquil in a swimsuit earlier? He was like, she was. But one of those things, funny things that happen, or at least it used to happen in the good old days, let's see if it still does. When you don't log out of the game, I don't think it saves your macros. Oh, no, it did. They must have changed that. Style lock. Back in the swimsuit. Here we go. Yay. Anyway, this past year sucked. This past couple of months sucked. But we hired somebody who was really good. She's faster than me. She picked up the computer faster than I ever did. And I'm pretty sure she's smarter than me, and I've always been waiting for the day that I get to work with somebody that's a better tech than me. Up until, you know, a few weeks ago, it hadn't happened yet. It was like, I've worked with some people that were about as good as me. Byron was excellent. Actually, I would say he was about as, you know, he was as good as me. A couple other folks were really good there. You have to change zones for macro changes to be saved. Okay. So maybe that's just for regular macros. Do the equip sets go for something different? But yeah, I like working with people smarter than me. I know, right? I mean, competition too. And it's just like, it opened my eyes. It's all like, I can be better. You know? I've started exercising again, even when I don't want to. I've started writing again, and this is, you know, been working on the same book for 20 plus years. It's just as close to not being done as it was 20 years ago. But that was why I was running late. I was trying to finish a couple of pages. Well, that was my excuse this time. But I got that done. I've been doing that every day for 6 days straight. Exercise, yeah. But, and again, breath of fresh air. I needed a breath of fresh air. I'm going to try and, what's the word? I'm going to cash in on it as much as I can. Probably. Great. But we'll see. We'll see. She's going to go off to pharmacy school next year and become my boss, which is fine. I've gotten used to pharmacists being younger than me. That started happening 15 years ago. No. She was surprised that she was surprised that Kim wasn't a pharmacist. But, no. Doesn't matter. Get the fish! I'm trying to remember the last time that I forgot to hit the get the fish button. It has happened. Statistically speaking, it's going to happen. But not against these easy guys. Oh well. Lanos is out. Alright, Lanos. Take care. Why didn't you go back and get a pharmacy degree? You seem smart enough to do it. Because I'm poor. I'm very, very poor. And that's a long story. Not a good story. By the time I had enough bills paid off, I was already in a relationship and we were accumulating more bills, and I really didn't want to be a pharmacist. Pharmacists, yes, they make a competitive wage. They also work some really crappy hours. I've never worked with a pharmacist that wasn't in upper management that got weekends off. It's one of those things. Sometimes they would rotate weekends off so that you would get every other or every third weekend off. But honestly, I would be a mediocre pharmacist. A little high pitch for a car. It kind of sounded like a plane. But the last girlfriend I had didn't respect my finances. I couldn't stand that for too long. Yeah, that's... Yeah. If you're in a relationship, and especially if you're living together, you have to see eye to eye on everything. You have to work on it together. And if one person's on board for, I want to pay off debt, and the other is like, yeah, sure, whatever, it's not going to work. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not going to work. It's going to be a lot more difficult to make it work. If both of y'all are like focused on paying off debt, and it's like, hey, I want to buy a new TV, and she gets to remind you, hey, let's pay off debt first, then you can buy the new TV. You know, things like that. But, I don't know. I really want to buy a new TV, especially replace that one because it's starting to go out. It's embarrassing. Not that I have friends come over, because all my friends are allergic to my cat. But I like the idea that they could come over and we could, like, watch movies and stuff. Because, I don't know, not anymore, but oh, they all have kids now. I need younger friends. Yes. Thought I lost you again. Really? No, the lights are still on this time. Welcome back, Deoden. I have a message. Is it from Zen? Bet it's from Zen. Let's take a look. Bum, bum, bum. Fishing skill up. I need to get more messages while fishing. It's not macros, it's mail. Communication, friend list, messages. Hey, you on now. Welcome back. Where you want to meet? Oh, that's right. I have to alt tab here. There we go. Welcome back. Where you wanna meet up? Probably like right behind me too. That would be creepy. Oh shoot! I just realized I'm wearing a t-shirt. So technically, I'm a creep in a t-shirt. That's from some song I heard on YouTube. Think. I know this one. I know this one. Portugal, the man. Yes, not off the new album. I think it's from a earlier album. Can't say I'm a fan of the politics of the guy because he likes posting stuff on YouTube, but I like the music. But yeah, when I'm running a deficit each month from frivolous expenses, I get hot under the collar. Yes. Are you trying to scale up fishing? Kinda. I'm trying to get more moat carps and get my like 4th Lu Sheng's rod. And Twitch stopped for a bit. Well, I hope Twitch isn't having trouble too. They probably are. But no, this is just... For 2 years, this was what I did in Final Fantasy XI. Not on Cyndaquil, on Dentril. I would just fish every day. Sometimes I would just, you know, wanted to take it easy, and I would just fish up moat carps in a night's well, and then trade them all over towards Lu Sheng's rod. And then other times I would just go onto the ferry and get the scallops and stuff. My private server doesn't have fishing ready yet. Oh my goodness. That should be like the first thing they put in there. And then take out the fishing fatigue, because that sucks. There was one night I couldn't sleep, so I got up and was like, just log into the game, fish, until you get sleepy and then fall asleep. I was asking because I don't see food or ring effect up. Well, I'm not trying to get those many skill ups. I was really just trying to get moat carps, but yeah. I forgot that there was all that other stuff too. Does she have one of those rings, I wonder? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Probably not. I feel like because she has so much paladin gear taking up spots that she just doesn't... I had to cut the fat. Dent is my fisherman. He's got like 92, 93 fishing skill. Cyndaquil is just more, you know... When Lanos needs something rusty pulled up with a fishing rod, Cyndaquil's the go-to person. He's like, when you need fish, we go Dent. And then when you need, you know, somebody to steal hate, then we got Sungarthal. Pelican Ring available with login points. Is it really? That's right, it is. I did look at that. But it's... I wish they made it unlimited charges. Kind of like the E-Chat and the Warp Ring. Just give it a cooldown. Because when something has limited charges, I just get in my head, don't use it. Don't use it. And it's like, it still has a lot of charges. It's like 200 charges or something. It's like, no. Wait for that perfect time. Because once all those charges are gone, you ain't getting it back. But it's like, that's just the way I'm wired. I wish I could have gotten into fishing and crafting when I played the game. Such a good investment, but I loved camping notorious monsters too much. You gotta do what you love. If you love camping in M's, you're gonna have so much fun doing it. If you love crafting, I probably still have more fun camping notorious monsters. But I always like the idea of being self-sustaining. One mule focused on each of the main crafts, and then when, you know, all those... That's where Dentril Core came from. I was like, just referring to my my band of mules. Like, I can make that. Yeah. Back when we were trying to get O-hats for everybody, and we needed the pop set crafted, it was my alchemy mule that was crafting them. and just go out, farm the items, and then I'll run over to Bastock, and I'd log on to her, and they'd trade them over, and I'd make it and hand it back to them. Sandy auction house on top. I'll be there. Exit. Okay. I'd love that idea too. I just found it so hard because it costs so much to get going. Not anymore. They really made it a lot easier, especially with the whole you get the skill up. I don't know what you call it. Stuff that's like 10 or 11 levels below the skill cap. You don't get as many skill ups as you would, but you can still skill up on cheap stuff. So there were all these, so much of the leveling up in crafting had to deal with bridge sense, and you were just trying to minimize the amount of money lost per skill up. And now you can truly maximize that potential. We're gonna do Sandy. He didn't say which auction house, but he said on top. So maybe the one in port? That's fine. Of course I could just simply do a search all, but we'll do that when we log back in. Cheers, everyone. Sleeping pills not starting to kick in. I don't see anyone to. I am here at the auction house on top at South Sandy. Murphy said there were 2 zones you could choose from. They're always going to pick the wrong one. So we're going to do Sandoria, we're going to do Southern Sandoria, we're going to do the one by the auction house. Yes, please. I wonder if I should put some pants on since I'm in Sandoria. Can you get arrested in Sandy for, you know, too much skin? Probably not, because, well, maybe. Yeah, probably not. I think they would stop caring about stuff like that now. And running over here. Link shell hit the wall. What do you mean no link shell items in inventory? Exactly. Let us create a pearl. Ta-da! Speaking of pirate booty. Wait. Ta-da! That's a cynical welcome. About the best I can do on short notice. And get to open the trade menu. Certainly is shiny. I'll say that. Alrighty here. So there it is. The ink pearl is a go. Wait for it. Probably waiting for the gill. Where's the gill? How are you doing tonight? Slightly. It's inebriated. It's with an I, isn't it? Inebriated, but it's all good. Slash cheer. Boom, boom. Wow! I just punched her into lady bits. Didn't mean to, but that happens. Yo, I need to go to this side. Back to the fishing hole. Let's punch her in the lady bit again. Ah, she moved. Dang it. Fun times. So now search all link shell. We should have how many? 240. So I guess some people have logged off, but oh well. Travel to another home point. We're going to do current region. No, we're not going to. I should actually make this. Let's go someplace else. Where would be a dangerous spot? Welcome to Random Disconnects. Tell me about it. What did we say it was earlier? Was it Kutsots? It was Kutsots. Home point number 2. I think that's the closest. Fun stuffs. Almost ran out of stuff to talk about. I can understand a little. I know, right? No, not really. I can't believe I've been working on the same cup of coffee this whole time. I don't even added to it, sure, but Cheers. They're like, why are you drinking coffee so close to midnight? I'm like, because it's in the cup. I'm not going to drink coffee that's not in the cup. That's just difficult. Let's get back over on this side. There we go. Ugh. Don't get old, folks. Stay as young as possible, as long as possible as you can. This is not the fishing spot. You go over here, where the dude with the shiny rods are. They're not shiny. They just glow in the dark. Stuff. Or I wonder if it just maybe reflects the light? I could see that. What else? What else? What else? Just a moment. Maybe not. Probably not. So, friend was asking a little while ago, why don't I go back to pharmacy school and finish up? How's everyone like going? Good. I really don't want to be a pharmacist. When it really comes down to it. This is something that I think I was back in the 6th or 7th grade that before that I wanted to be a lawyer because lawyers make lots of money. And even as a 10-year-old I was like, law. And then I had a whole bunch of Shakespeare shoved down my throat and somebody said, kill all the lawyers. I'm like, oh crap, what if they do that? And it's like, I'm sure it's happened in some cultures. And it's like, why do they want to kill all the lawyers? And that's when I started thinking about, yes, there is good that can be done in law, but a lot of it's also rather, how shall we say, I don't know, I'm not going to say sleazy. Well, there's a little bit of that, but there's a little bit of that in everything. Legalese is very dry to me. It's kind of like trying to read some Hawthorne. Just, yeah. Are you working on the Lu Sheng's +1? No, this is Lu Sheng's +4. Cyndaquil has one, Dentril has one, Sungarthol has one. I want to create a backup for the backup for the backups. And also to finish a quest. Mostly to finish the quest. One day I'll work on the Lu Sheng's +1. So, what about Ibisu? When we run out of other stuff to do, it's on the list, but, it's way down on the list. It's like Dentril's woodworking, I believe, is almost high enough. You can have this, we change fishing rod +1. Dang. But, I could be a mediocre pharmacist, or I could be a pretty kick-ass technician and get weekends off. I get to work 9 to 5, which a lot of people don't get that in retail. I've had 9 to 5 since 1998. It's never been one of those things that I wanted a 9 to 5 job, but now that I have one, it's, you know, I kind of enjoy it. Although, to be honest, sometimes it'd be really handy to have a weekday off, but, you know. Oh well. I get Sundays off. Guaranteed. We're not even open Sundays. Got another fishing skill up too. That's pretty cool. When you say they don't get weekends off, do you mean they're always working 6+ days? It depends on how many pharmacists are actually working at the store. It also depends on what the rotation is like. And stuff like that. I've worked with people that have had set schedules that never work weekends. It's a rarity, and it's usually more of a seniority thing. You know, the guy that's been there 50 years gets to pretty much say what he's going to do and gets to do it. Whereas other chains, they try to rotate it out where, say they have 3 pharmacists. We're going to say on the first week, this pharmacist is going to work Saturday and the Sunday, in addition to these other days. On the second week, it's going to be this other pharmacist, and they're going to work that Saturday and Sunday, and then the third pharmacist will get the third Saturday and Sunday. So, for every one weekend that you have to work, you get 2 weekends off, if you're on a 3-person team like that. And I've even worked at some pharmacies where they wanted to do that with the techs, where they had a rotating weekend off. And I said, no, that's dumb. This is back when I was working for Walgreens. So, how about I work every Sunday, guaranteed, and I get every Saturday off, and then y'all can rotate the Saturdays amongst yourselves. And they stopped to think about it because they're like, he's trying to pull a fast one over us, isn't he? They're like, no, this actually works out better. Sure, because it's guaranteed Sunday off for them all the time. But it was going great too until we were doing labs in biology, and it was my turn to check the incubator on bacterial growth, and I had to check it on a Sunday. Damn it. I had to use my lunch break to race down to the campus, open up the incubator, write some notes. Labs in biology. Microbiology, I believe that one was. And this was back when I was going to UT. Fun stuffs. Long time ago. You talking about school? Back in the 90s. You know, nowadays, they probably can do it all on like their smartphone or do it online, and I wouldn't even know how to do that. But all the courses that I took 20 years ago, I don't believe I can carry that credit over into most other schools. So if I wanted to go back to school, not only would I have to retake the 120 plus hours I've already taken, but my boss would have to find another 9 to 5 tech to take over for me, because I'm sure as hell ain't going to be working full-time and going to school full-time. 120 plus hours and you didn't finish? No, 120 plus hours, I didn't finish. I still had 2 years to go. It was a 6-year program when I was going. And they did tell me, you do have enough hours to get a degree in nutrition. And I'm like, nutrition? What does that do? You'd be a nutritionist. What do? They tell people what to eat. I'm like, that's a degree plan? 20 years ago, this is how I was. I'm not trying to say that the people that are nutritionists nowadays and that's the degree they got and they love their jobs. I'm not saying that I'm just saying that's not the degree I wanted. And I said, no, I'm switching to English, so I want to be a writer. And, because that pays the bills. But now as I've gotten older, I've realized, yeah, you can write on your free time and stuff. Doesn't really matter. Not at this point. I don't want to go back to school for 6 years. Get into even more debt just so that I don't get my weekends off anymore. Sure, my pay rate will probably double, if not triple, but so will the amount of taxes I pay. And nothing... I mean, every time the boss is like, you want a raise? I'm like, no. Because I get to pay more taxes that way, and I just have a problem with, giving so much of my money to, our government. Taxes are marginal. Well, it really doesn't matter how much money you make. You'll get more money. True. More problems. More expensive girlfriends. Bigger house. Fun times. But, it's true. It really doesn't matter how much money you make. Once you have kids, it all disappears. Oh. Trying to think. What would 6 years full-time, all on student loans, cost using today's dollars? Don't have kids. Easily said. So back when I was going to school, tuition was about $3,000 a year, which was a lot back then. I believe it's doubled, if not tripled. And I was going to have 26 less years to actually follow up on that. I guess I was scared if I had to go on a ramen noodles diet. That's why I'm concerned. I don't eat it every day. The ramen is there for when Katrina happens. It's not that I'm worried about floods, earthquakes, tornado. If a tornado hits a house, I'm screwed. Work full time and pay $10K a year for tuition. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Fed does for right now. But you have to pay all that back. And I understand that the interest on it is very marginal. And you shouldn't be looking at it as a loan. It's more they're looking at it as an investment. Only, I already spent 10 years paying off the first 120 hours. I don't want to spend another 10 years paying off the next 180 hours. Come on. Sandfish, you can do this. I have faith in you, Cyndaquil. There was another, what do you call it? Fishing thing in there. Indeed, going back to school is rough. I did think about it. I did not know that there is an online pharmacy school in Nebraska. The whole idea of an online pharmacy school just blows my mind. You know, it's like, isn't that something you have to go in? How do you do your labs? And all the other fun stuff. But, you know, you could debate it more, but maybe we get obnoxious. Online isn't so great. That can get expensive. No, but they do have a pharmacy school here in Dallas-Fort Worth. It's over in Fort Worth. It's part of the North Texas State University, and that is about an hour's drive away from where I am. Each direction. I don't know. Right now, I already have a lot of debt. I want to pay that off before getting poor. Oh, I'm happy with what I am. I'm happy with what I do. I have a decent job. I have a very well-paying job that keeps me in a lifestyle that I enjoy. If I do get into another relationship, it's going to be with somebody that hopefully makes more than me, if not just as much. I'm not going to say that's got to be a ground rule, but kind of. I'm happy for you as long as you're eating well. Yeah. I had pancakes today, so homemade. It was one of the coworkers. She was swinging by as I was taking out of the microwave, and she's like, that smells good. It's like, you want some pancakes? And it's like, those are frozen? And I'm like, no, I made them this morning. It was like, with the Bisquick mix, right? And I'm like, no. One of the few things I know how to cook is pancakes. 1.5 cups flour. I use powdered milk, so do whatever the measuring spoon is for the powdered milk that I keep in the powdered milk thingy, and then just add some water to it to turn it into regular milk. Some butter, some baking powder. I also like adding cocoa powder because I like adding cocoa powder just about everything. Not a lot, just a little. And 1 egg. Mix it together in a blender, pour it onto the hot plate, flip them, done. Takes like 10 minutes. The cleanup doesn't take that much longer either. That's all right. The calories, I think, though, mostly come from the syrup. Speaking of which, y'all gonna be. Well, I hope y'all are gonna be impressed with this. I saw it one day and I was like, gotta have it. Some people like stockpiling stuff for the zombie apocalypse. Other people like stockpiling stuff for when the government fails. I like stockpiling for when our national debt gets so big that no one's going to loan us any more money and the dollar's going to crash. But when that day happens, I have a big giant thing of Mrs. Butterworth. How big was this? 1 gallon of syrup. When the price of syrup becomes, you know, more expensive than a new car, I'll be set. Invest in cryptocurrency. Pay off my debt. Save a bunch of money. So that I don't have to worry about, like, oh crap, I gotta buy a new engine for the car. I guess I'll put that on a credit card. No, since I live by myself, I'm very vulnerable to, hey, the independent pharmacy failed. You're going to be unemployed for the next 6 months. I'm paying off my debt. My friend invested in crypto. That'd be good. I don't know. I am worried about the financial status of the United States. It's $20 trillion is not something that we could easily pay off if we had to. I think, isn't that more than or just about equal to the gross domestic product for everyone in the US for 1 year? Like, we all took all the money. Oh, I did get a fishing skill up like 2 minutes before midnight. Level 33. Changing topics. But, you know, I don't want to make it politics. I'm not going to say that the Democrats have the right idea. I'm not going to say that the Republicans have the right idea. They both have an idea, but honestly, they're just representing us. And as long as we keep putting everything on credit, we can't expect the government to do any better. I want to pay off my debt. I want to work on cash, and I even don't like the idea of buying a mortgage. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to, but I'm going to put down the biggest down payment I can possibly get and try and pay it off in 15 years. But, we'll see. We'll see. I have a long way to go. But, we'll get there. And then maybe, well, after that happens. So, getting back to why I just have Cynical. I used to triple bucks a couple months ago. And it doesn't really cost that much more. Sure, it is another 12 bucks a month for like Songarthal. After a year, it's only $144. I've spent more money on that on strippers in one night than, you know, Songarthal in a year, and I'm gonna have much, well, it's a different kind of fun, but I'm gonna have a lot more fun than that. Dismiss. There we go. It was Cortana telling me, it's midnight, you're supposed to be going to bed. Thanks, Mom. But, you know, I try not to live my life by money, but I'm in my 40s, so of course that's the only thing that I think about. That's how this is how I'm going to end it for tonight. There's a pyramid. Let's start. That's on your left, so yeah, let's start over here. As you get older, you go up this pyramid, you peak, then you come down. That's how it's going to work. So at the very start, when you start on the pyramid, you're like 5 years old. And the one thing that you're worried about is not wetting your pants. And it's just, don't wet your pants. Don't wet your pants. And if you get through the day without wetting your pants, you did it good. Now, fast forward a little bit and you get to your early 20s. And the only thing that you can think about is getting laid. And that's all you think about, because hormones. It's just the way we're wired. And if you can go through the day and get laid, then mission accomplished. Do that every day. You go up a little bit more onto the pyramid until you hit to the peak. And this is somewhere in your 40s. And all that you can think about is making money. Gotta make money. More money, more money, more money. Save, 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 save so I can retire. And then you start coming down. And get to your mid-50s and getting closer to retirement. And you're getting older. And all you can think about is getting laid. Again. And you go back down. Very bottom of the other pyramid. And you're like in your 80s, 85. And it's just like when you first started. You can go through the entire day without wetting your pants. It's a good day. So, I'm at the peak right now, where all I'm thinking about is making money. Even on Cyndaquil, making money so that I can buy Alexandrite to finish Burke Gang. Well, that and fishing. Because fishing's fun. And I got a whole level up in fishing today, so that's like level 33. Which is what? Well, it's one more level closer than what it would have been. Getting one level in fishing used to take like 6 months. That's fishing every day. It just didn't happen. It's like the only thing that was more rare than a fishing skill up was a guard skill up, which I still haven't kept. I like doing it the hard way. But, yeah. We'll get there. I'm going to try and make this as entertaining as possible using just one character. Other players do it all the time. If anything else, I think it will open me up a little bit more to working as a team or with a team of other folks. And as opposed to, all right, Song can do better than this guy, so we're going to kick this guy. I'm going to bring Song in. And no, I don't want to do that. So we'll see. I still want to master Beastmaster on Cyndaquil. I think having that job mastered and getting some decent gear will make low manning some endgame content a little bit more feasible. I also want to try and get all the blue mage spells, or as many blue mage spells as I can for Cyndaquil. Get that stuff done, and just try and help out as many players as I can on Quetzalcoatl as we slowly march towards last man standing. I say slowly. One day at a time. Y'all be good. Stay safe. Have fun. Don't get caught. And remember, pay your electric bill. Otherwise, they're just going to turn off the power in the middle of a stream. And that's just sad. Y'all be good. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.